Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MindfulNest. I am Anjali. Let's begin today's session by conditioning ourselves. So sit up straight, close your eyes, and watch your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, we chant Om. Take a deep breath. Gently open your eyes. So far, we have discussed Patanjali's definition of yoga. That is, yoga is cessation or stoppage of all the fluctuations or thought processes of the mind. And the means to attain this yoga state or samadhi state is Ashtanga Yoga. That is the 8 limbs of yoga, which are yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayam, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. In the last session, we spoke about yamas and niyamas, that is, the moral imperatives or the disciplinary practices for a balanced life and spiritual enlightenment. Today, we will talk about the next 2 limbs, that is, asanas and pranayam. Asanas and pranayams are the global face of yoga. We are always introduced to yoga through asanas and pranayam, and many of us remain confined to this. Often people think of asanas as physical exercises, or how it is popularly called these days, a workout. Please remember, yoga is not a workout, it is a work in. Pranayam is often translated as breath work, but it is not just breath work, it is more than breath work, which I will be telling you in a little while. So, coming to asanas, in Patanjali's 8 steps of yoga, why is asana one important factor? Or it is, in fact, for Patanjali, it is not that important. It is just one of the 8 steps. Why? Because the goal of yoga is that the mind should be controlled and all the disturbances for the mind should be eliminated. So, whether these disturbances are external or internal, the physical body is a major cause of disturbance, right? A restless body will foster a restless mind. So, in order to eliminate that restlessness, asana is practiced. Now, Maharishi Patanjali never gave us a list of asanas to be practiced. He simply said that the asana should be steady, comfortable, and effortless. One can take any meditative asana, be it Padmasana or Siddhasana, which is comfortable for them and which they are able to practice for a longer duration without feeling the slightest discomfort. So that would be their asana. Once you are mastering that asana, it helps you or it prepares you for the next step, which is pranayam, and then, of course, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. But according to Hatha Yogis, Patanjali's yoga system, which is also called Raja Yoga, that is a higher system. The body is not comfortable by just sitting in one place and focusing. There will be disturbances arising in the body. So, Hatha Yoga gives you a system of asanas, kriyas, and pranayam mudras, wherein you first cleanse the body, work on it, make it comfortable, and then go for the higher practices of Raj Yoga. So, that is how asanas became more popular, wherein you practice the asanas as per your limitations or as per your comfort. You make the body capable of the next steps, which are the pranayam, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Then comes pranayam. According to Maharishi Patanjali, pranayam is the link between your mind and consciousness. The word pranayam is coined or derived by joining two words, that's prana and ayam. Prana means vital force. Remember, it's not just your breath, it is your vital force. The breath is a mere tool, or you can say manifestation of that vital force. Ayam means expansion or stretching. So, pranayam means expansion of the vital force. Why do you expand this vital force? So that you're able to get that samadhi state. It is a link, direct link between your mind and consciousness. What is pranayam? Pranayam is stoppage of breath after inhalation or after exhalation. So that movement of breath, when you stop, that cessation or that pause is pranayam. That is it. That is all Patanjali tells you about pranayam. Of course, he talks about the external operations, the internal operations, and other means as well. Here again, the Hatha Yogis come in and give you a list of pranayams which can be done and how they should be gradually performed so that you are able to cleanse your body, cleanse the channels, cleanse the energy centers, and manipulate the prana. Prana is the vital force, which in turn will control the mind and help the mind to get that samadhi state. A little about pranayam and asana according to Hatha Yoga, because that is what we are mostly practicing, right? Hatha Yoga is joining of ha and tha. So ha is the masculine principle and tha is the feminine. So when you're joining these two Shaktis or the Shiva and Shakti, the two forces, that is yoga. Because yoga is union, right? So Hatha Yoga, through these Hatha Yoga practices of Shatkarmas, that is the Kriyas, Asanas, Pranayam, Bandhas, you cleanse the body, you prepare it for that union of Shiva and Shakti or the two vital forces. I think the traditional Hatha yogis gave some maybe 84 asanas. Of course, different schools have given their different modifications to those asanas. Yoga is experiential, so one can have their own modifications. You can practice as per your own limitations, your own comforts, and your needs. Different teachers come in and they give you different, you can say, form of yoga. How we have the Iyengar form, or we have the Vinyasa form, or Shivananda yoga. So all these are again physical practices which we adopt so that we prepare ourselves for the higher practices of Raj Yoga, that is the meditation or Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. Hi Deepa, hello Lavanya, hi Pia. Pia tells me that she has started yoga recently and she's asking if there are some pranayam techniques that could help me manage stress and anxiety in my busy day to day life. So that's a good thing that you're practicing, Pia. And one thing, I hope that you're practicing with a teacher and you have someone to guide you. The basic and the most safe pranayam would be Anulom Vilom, alternate nostril breathing. Of course, you should always consult your teacher first, talk to her about it, but Anulom Vilom will definitely help you to manage your stress and anxiety. And prolonged exhalation. When you inhale, try to exhale longer. These two will definitely help you, but before adapting them, do consult your teacher. Neeti tells me that she loves this deep knowledge about yoga. Thank you, Neeti. Hello, Nitesh. Nitesh says, in your experience, how has regular asana and pranayam practice positively impacted your own life? So even before I did my teacher training course, I realized that I was not falling ill as often once I was regularly practicing yoga. So that was one thing, because I would fall ill a lot. every change of weather, change of season, I would, have the seasonal flu and everything. So that stopped. Also, physically, or I have a weak ankle, so that helped me. I would not fall as often. My ankle would not twist that often. That also I realized. Body balance. It helps you in body balance. That also works. Pranayam. How has pranayam helped me? Pranayam helps you to attain a calm state. See, your mind and pranayam are directly linked. If your pran or your breath work or your breath is disturbed, your mind will be disturbed. So pranayam helps you to calm down. Anytime you feel anxious, just do deep breathing. If nothing else, deep breathing, that should help you. Count your breaths, that should help you. So yes, pranayam and asana have helped me greatly in all aspects of life. Lavanya is asking, how does pranayam help reducing stress and calming the mind? Let's go a little deeper here. We have these energy centers in our body. I'm sure everyone has heard of chakras. And then there are these two channels we have, or rather, three channels we have. So when you're doing pranayam or you're practicing pranayam, what happens is that all your energy centers get activated. The chakras get activated. The channels are, they say that there are blockages in the channels, they open up. While you're doing a pranayam, when you breathe and you're clearing all the blockages, all the channels, it helps you to calm the mind. Mind and breath have a direct connect. If you're breathing fast, your mind will be racing. If you want a calm mind, then try to breathe slower. Yeah, so they are directly connected. The more rapid your breathing is, the more disturbed and restless you will be. The slower your breath is, the calmer you are. When you're sleeping, how's your breath? Isn't it slow? And isn't the body resting, mind calm? So try to notice next, whenever you're doing any activity, try to notice how's your breath. If you're angry, watch how's your breath. If you're happy, watch your breath. By observing your breath, you will understand this direct connection between the breath and your mind. Pia says she has a teacher. Thank you for the tips. You're welcome, Pia. Aniket Rao, okay. I would like to know, are there specific asanas that can help improve posture and relieve back pain? Yes, Aniket. So that's another thing. So when the yogis derived these asanas or gave us these asanas, their intention was never therapy. It was always to attain for the spiritual benefits, you can say. So you work on the body so that you can work on the mind and attain your spiritual enlightenment. That was the goal of yoga and the asanas. But all these therapeutic benefits are a byproduct. So there are many asanas which help you to relieve back pain. In fact, I think I have made or posted a video on sciatica on Thinkly on my page in Thinkly. If not, I'm going to post the link again. So that's for sciatica pain. There are several other asanas which you can adopt or practice to relieve back pain. Perhaps I can make a video for you or post a link of a good video so that you can see them and practice. But of course, first you should ask your doctor. When you have a back pain, first talk to your doctor, ask him or her if it is advisable for you to go ahead with these practices, and only then take them up. Improving your posture, just sit up straight. Just sit up straight. If you are slouching, interlace your fingers, just lift your arms up, and you'll be lengthening your spine. Observe if you're slouching, observe if your posture is wrong. Try to do these simple corrective things like extend your arms up, sit up straight. Try not to slouch like this. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. When you're watching your phone, please don't do this. Lift it up at eye level. Yeah. So these small tips, if you look at right from your neck to the lower back, you should feel good. And yes, there are several postures or asanas which will help you to relieve the back pain. I will post a link for uh, a video, and you can maybe check that out. Nitesh, also in the 20th century, I think yoga has become more popular in the West too, right? Yes, it has. In fact, in the West, it was quite popular even before. I mean, before it became a rage in recent times over here. Teachers like BKS Iyengar, Krishnamacharya, they all have taken yoga to the West, and you will be surprised to see the yoga tourism which happens in India. It is like wow. More and more people are adopting yoga. Of course, there are different teachers coming up with different forms and their own touch to the practices, to the traditional practices. But yes, it has benefited a lot of people internationally, globally. Rashi wants to know, how do asanas and pranayam complement each other in yoga practice? So, asana is gross, physical body. But having said that, these postures have an effect on the mind. Postures develop certain attitudes in you. If you're sitting in a meditative asana, it will develop a particular attitude. If you're standing in a balancing asana, that will develop a particular attitude. From asanas, you need to go subtler. With asanas, you clear all the blockages, the physical blockages in your body, which prepares the body for pranayama. So that's how they complement each other. Many people prefer to do pranayam and not asanas. It is always advisable to do some asanas, even if you're doing for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then your pranayam practice. Because all the blockages get cleared with asanas, asana practice. That helps the body or prepares the body for pranayam. Okay, Mayur is asking, I believe that healthy mind is equal to healthy body, but can the practice of asana and pranayam help individuals recover from injuries or manage chronic pain symptoms? Yes, definitely. We have a whole system, yoga therapy. It helps you to recover from your injuries, from manage chronic symptoms, even of chronic diseases. It helps you to manage those symptoms. And I myself have injured my knee in the past, and yoga has helped me a great deal to get back to my asana practice. In fact, if you see, when you take Iyengar yoga, which is practiced with props, Iyengar yoga works on your alignment. So that is also a good way to recover from injuries. Always under the guidance of a teacher. Please remember, any practice you take, first learn from your teacher, be confident that you can practice it by yourself, and then you can take it up independently. You don't need to be dependent on anybody for always, forever. Just learn them first. A little more about pranayama. I would like to talk a little bit more about pranayama. What I have noticed in my years of practice is that often people are bored with pranayama. They find that they're not doing much, just sitting in one place, breathing, inhaling, exhaling, while the mind is racing. So, just breath work, inhaling from one, exhaling from the other, just breath work is not pranayama. Remember, the goal of yoga is control of the mind, stoppage of all the vrittis of the mind, focusing the mind, right? So when you are doing pranayam, do it with full focus, full awareness. Unless that pranayam is practiced with full focus, with awareness on the object of the meditation, it could be your breath right now when you're breathing, doing the practice, doing your pranayam. Unless you're focusing on it, it doesn't become pranayam. You can turn on a breathing app. These days you have these apps, right? Where they guide you. There are these guided practices where they tell you inhale, exhale. And you can set up your patterns in that. Whether you want to do prolonged exhalation, you want to do box breathing, whatever you want to do. While doing that, if your mind is racing on the day ahead, or what you've been doing a while ago, or what your to-do list, then that's not pranayama. Pranayama has to be accompanied, or the breathing has to be accompanied by that concentration which is required for samadhi state. That is why a teacher is necessary to guide you initially through your practice. Similarly, where your asanas are concerned, just doing a headstand does not mean that you have achieved advanced practices or advanced asanas. You can be sitting in one pose in Sukhasana or Padmasana, and that's enough. You do not have to do complicated asanas to prove anything. As long as you are able to hold that posture, you're able to focus in that posture, you're able to concentrate in that posture, and you are at ease in that posture. If I'm doing headstand and I'm wanting to release it, which means I'm not comfortable there. So do your asana practice as per your comfort. Gradually reach the higher asanas or the more advanced asanas. But everything keeping the goal of yoga in mind. That is stoppage of the vrittis and samadhi. If you're practicing your asanas and you're thinking about your, what you want to cook or what you want to do next, or you're watching how much time more, then that's not yoga. That's not asanas, that's just physical exercise. So, yoga is more than just physical exercises. You have to be there present, mind, body together. Okay, Rashi wants to know what are the best times of the day to practice pranayam for maximum benefits. The best time to practice is mornings. Both asanas and pranayam mornings, early mornings, between 10:30 and 4. Try not to practice too much. 11 and 4 if we stretch. There are certain pranayams which you do in the mornings and certain which you do not do in the evening. Make sure that you're doing all calmer pranayams, soothing pranayams in the evening, and more energizing pranayam in the morning. Why? Because pranayams create body heat, it energizes you. So if you do those kind of pranayams in the evening, you won't be able to sleep. So if you're practicing in the evening or you're doing pranayam in the evening, then calming pranayams. And if you're practicing in the morning, you can start with energizing pranayams and finish with calming or balancing, like Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom is the safest pranayam. After every asana practice, please try to do it for at least 5 minutes, minimum 5 minutes, wherein you inhale from one nostril, exhale from the other, inhale from the other, and exhale from the first. This simple practice helps you to balance body heat, helps you to balance your mind, helps you to calm the mind, and several other things, of course. Also, when you ask me about the best times for practice, if you're practicing, you can say diaphragmatic breathing at bedtime. That helps you to sleep. Many people tell me that they find it difficult to sleep. So, practicing diaphragmatic breathing, which is slow breathing, wherein you just focus on your abdomen, you inhale and exhale slowly, try to make the breath equal with your focus on the movement of the abdomen. That calms you down and helps you to sleep better. So you can practice different techniques at different times. But any practice, any asana practice and pranayama practice, best practiced in the morning. Best results you'll get in the morning. Brian wants to know if these practices help people with asthma. Yes, definitely. Because people with asthma, they find it difficult to breathe out. That's the reason to take the next breath is difficult. The clavicular muscles here, they tense up. So they find it difficult to breathe. So when we are doing pranayam, what we do is we work on all the muscles involved in breathing. Of course, when you inhale, the air fills up into your lungs. But when you're doing that, there are several or different muscles involved, the intercostal, the diaphragm, the clavicular. So when you individually work on them, which we do in a class, and with gradual practice, you will see that it helps you even when you're having an asthma attack. Asanas help people with asthma. So when we are having students who have breathing issues, we do more chest opening asanas for them so that they're able to breathe better. So there is, like I said, a whole system yoga therapy wherein you practice asanas and pranayam as per your health issues or limitations. So definitely asthma, people with asthma are benefited by both asanas and pranayams. I'm hoping that more people are going to take up yoga practice. Yeah, because the benefits, physical benefits, yes, but remember, at the end of the day, your mind needs to be clear. It is to needs to be at harmony, at peace, and yoga will definitely help you with that. I guess that is it for today. I'll be back soon with another topic. So thank you so much. Thank you all for attending. Bye bye.